YouTube, hello, how's it going? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Hope you're swell. Welcome back to the FIFA 23 Career Mode. It is episode number 18 with 1860 Munich. And guess what? We are in the Bundesliga proper. We are up into the top flight of German football. First time in 20 years for 1860 Munich. Last time around, last couple times around, last couple of episodes, you might even say. We won the Euros with Wales. We won the Euros with Wales. We did the summer transfer window. And yeah, now our first game in the Bundesliga is the Munich derby against Bayern Munich. So I expect that we will get absolutely murdered. I expect it is not going to be fun. So shall we get into it? I think we shall. All right, so today this is what it's going to look like. We've got Bayern Munich. Like I said, opening the season, we'll get absolutely destroyed. Then it is Paderborn after that. Bielefeld after that. Those two games I expect will at least hopefully compete. And then the two friendlies, I'm going to just show you the results for. We're going to get into the league proper. It is Freiburg and then Leipzig and Leverkusen. For highlights, we will do the Bayern game, and then we'll do Leipzig and Leverkusen. So three games with extended highlights today. Why not? I'm going to go figure out what my lineup looks like, pardon me, and we'll get into the games. All right, our first game of the season at home, the Munich derby against Bayern. It is Hiller in goal. We have not signed Baumann yet. Da Costa, Castro, Morgala, and Fati the back four. Galarza is going to be our holding mid. Michel is the attacking mid. Garnacho and Maric are out on the wings. Lockenmacher and Wahi are the starting strikers. We're going with two up top. Oh boy. This is very exciting. But also, like I've said several times, absolutely terrifying. I'm not looking forward to it. Not looking forward to it. But I'm also looking forward to it because guess what? We are up into the top flight of German football. Oh, look at those ad boards. You love to see it. I also feel like we should maybe have a bigger stadium, but we'll get to that. New stadium, nonetheless. The Grunwalder. We're still calling it the Grunwalder, obviously. Let's get into it, friends. Morgala into space for Fati. Fati. Switching play well there. Headed down. And at the moment, 1860 Munich looking solid here. The youngster Maric. For Fati. Fati into a little bit of space by Davies. Into the box. Chance for Lockenmacher. Great chance for 1860 Munich. First shot of the game, and Neuer has to be sharp. For Fati. Fati. Ahead. Wahi is onside. Wahi now. Shoots Wahi into the hands of Neuer. Bayern working at the top of the box. Musiala nicely done there. Musiala still with it. Tackled. Goretzka. Goretzka around his man. Goretzka holding off. Galarza still with it. Pass through. Shot. Good save by Hiller. Rebound goes behind. Alphonso Davies cleared. Headed down by Wahi, and it's Finn Lockenmacher. Lockenmacher shoots. Oh, he hesitated just for a moment. I think he couldn't decide whether he wanted to place it or chip Neuer. And he's stopped. Wahi. Oh, it's a chance here. Michel. Maric. He has got Lockenmacher across. Lockenmacher heads it on. It's in. 1860 Munich are not only up 1-0, but that is their first goal in the top flight of German football in 20 years. And who else but Finn Lockenmacher? Oh, you love to see it. Headed down. Finn Lockenmacher has dropped deep. Maric. Wahi. Wahi up. Chance here. Maric. Oh, what a chance. Stopped by Neuer. Williams. Avoiding a tackle to Kimmich. Kimmich into space. Alphonso Davies. Blocked there, but it's a rebound. Hiller got enough of it. Cleared barely by 1860 Munich. No, intercepted. Musiala. There's a pass through. It's Diaby. Diaby in. Oh, that's deflected off of Castro and went behind. Kimmich on the corner. Header. No, dealt with by Hiller. Pass ahead. Not much time left for Bayern Munich. This could be a disastrous first game of the season. Blocked by Castro. Pass not dealt with well enough though. Blocked again. Morgala tackled. Chance here. Goal. And it was coming. Bayern has been dominant ever since the beginning of the second half. And they make it 1-1. Pass through. And it's Musiala down the wing. Morgala having to get back. Morgala can't close him down. Into the... Oh, I hate it. I hate it. Ugh. Diaby, 2-1. And Lockenmacher, who has dropped deep. Nicely done there. Galarza. Galarza wants the ball back. Through for Finn Lockenmacher. He is determined to try to get 1860 back into this game. It's going to be a large task, though. Pass through, intercepted. 1860 now, counterattack. Wahi lays it off. Chance, shot, no. Oh, why did we go short side? Dying embers of the game. Do 1860 Munich have a chance to get back into it? Header dealt with by Neuer. Not much time left here. Probably one more attack for 1860 Munich. Here's our chance. Michel. Wahi. No, intercepted. Oh, I hate it. I hate it. Oh. Bayern Munich holding on. 1860 Munich. They lose 2-1, but what an effort. What an effort. So we made a sale. Andre Juric is gone for 700,000 a day. We were never going to play him. So, out he goes. And then also Devin Sir is on loan to Bristol City for a year. Oh. Tough result against Bayern in the last game, but hopefully we can turn it around against Paderborn. Ball ahead. Michel Lockenmacher. Come on, Finn. Do it. Yes, Finn. You sweet, sweet boy. Yes, 1-0. That's a horrible giveaway. Through goal. That's the insurance that 1860 Munich needed late on. It is 2-0. Alejandro Garnacho, who has switched wings. Lomami. Lomami to Wahi. Wahi floats that in. Back post. Goal. Hat-trick for Finn Lockenmacher. You love to see it. And that will be the end of the game. 1860 Munich come to Paderborn, get 3 points, a hat-trick for Lockenmacher. Give that boy the match ball. Another transfer, Justice Agjamong, 250 grand. He's going to Albertine. I mean, he was one of our many goalkeeping prospects who I just didn't think was ever going to really get a chance for us. So for 250 grand, we could have got 290 as the most. So I'll take it. We're not done with transfers or loans either. Ronald Mayer, the Austrian keeper, is going to go on loan for 2 years. They have an option to buy him as well. So hopefully he comes back better, and if he doesn't, then we sell him. 1860 Munich. 1860 Munich and Bielefeld. Hat-trick in the last game for our boy Finn Lockenmacher. We are at home. We got our first 3 points of the season. Match day number 3. Let's do it. Whoa, okay, I see you. Stolen though. Wahi. Played ahead. Zakaria Michel. Michel. Wahi. Wahi! Wahi! Yes, let's go. 1-0. Through. Lockenmacher. Wahi. Wahi, could it be another? Wahi shooting. Wahi scores, and it is a brace by the end of the first half. A brace within 5 minutes. Through for Lockenmacher. Lockenmacher. Little back heelers looking for Maric. Couldn't get it to him. Chance here for Bielefeld. Bielefeld. Morgala is the only man back. Castro trying to chase down his man. Shot! Goal, and Bielefeld is back in it. And that's going to be it. It is 1860 Munich holding on 2-1. Oh boy, we're at deadline day. That came very quickly. Very, very quickly. So I'm going to figure out what we want to do. All right, we don't show rejected offers all that often, but I figured might as well show this. Lawns are in for Galarza. We could get up to 12.1 mil for him. They're offering 10.6, and it's really tempting because 10.6 mil is a lot of money. But Galarza has just been so good in the midfield for me. We don't really have anybody in the midfield to just slot in and replace him, or anybody even coming up that I think is going to replace him. So I don't know. All right, transfer news. Galarza is staying with us, but Cafu he's not happy with his playing time, so we have moved him on to Anderlecht for 1.25 mil. Fujita, who is one of our youth keepers, he is also going on loan to Minnesota for 2 years. Cafu, you love to see it. A on the deal. We got 1.3 mil for him, and we could have got 1.3 mil as a max, so I will take it. All right, we have brought in Nolan Paul, a free agent center mid. We'll be paying him $7,700 a week. 9 mil release clause on him. CM/CDM. 72 overall. He's going to be a rotational player. He comes in basically to replace Cafu. And he's only 19 years old. So you'll love to see it. And another transfer in, Tobias Herman. He is a free agent as well. He's a winger. German, 19 or 20 years old. I can't remember off the top of my head. But we are bringing him in. 19, there you go. 71 overall, right mid. We brought him in for just under 7K a week. Again, solid young depth player. He'll maybe challenge for a starting position, but at the very least, he'll be a rotational player. And it just brings in some much-needed depth, so you'll love to see that. All right, well, listen, we didn't get Bauman, but I had to do something. As much as I love Hiller, I am terrified of our goalkeeping situation. So Alessio Cragno, a 30-year-old Italian keeper, is an 82. He is going to be our new starting keeper. Not as good as Bauman, but cheaper and younger. You'll love to see it. So before we get into some more games, I wanted to just show off some big boy transfers that happened over the window and leading up to the deadline. Big thing to take away from everything is that Bayern look to be rebuilding. They got rid of a lot of players, so you can see the values on the side there. So first off, De Ligt gone from Bayern to PSG. Diaz to Juve from Liverpool. Goretzka from Bayern to Spurs. Koeman from Bayern to Man City. Torres from Bayern to Roma. Gabriel Jesus going to Real Madrid from Arsenal. Kessie going to Arsenal from Barcelona. Kulusevski for 85 mil to Wolves from Juve. That is a lot of money. I don't know where Wolves got that money from. Robertson going to Juve from Liverpool. Oh, there it is. Wolves sold Guedes to Bayern for 76 mil. That's where they got the money for Kulusevski. Cunha goes to Arsenal for 72 mil from Atletico. Who else? Alexander Isak going to Leverkusen from Newcastle for 66. Anybody else? Sinistera coming to Germany, going to Bayern Munich for 62 from Leeds. Richarlison going from Spurs to Aston Villa for 60 mil. Rashford going from Aston Villa. I didn't even know he was on Aston Villa for just under 60 mil to Real Sociedad. Calvin Phillips to PSG from Man City. Alaba getting dealt to PSG from Real Madrid. Grealish going to Real Sociedad from Man City. Man, there's a lot going on here. Asensio to Chelsea from Leipzig. Werner going from Leipzig to Inter Milan. As far as us, you saw some of our transfers. As far as transfers that didn't happen that were really interesting, Cas Mathieu got an offer from Getafe for 3.5 mil, but he couldn't agree on a contract, so you hate to see that. And then Fujita got several offers from MLS teams for loans, but he also couldn't agree to a contract, so he doesn't go. All right, so after the transfer deadline, Rem came in for Lang. As much as I said he's going to get some time, I really don't think he is, and he's not going anywhere for a while, so we have a while to find a replacement for him. 3 mil, I will take it. So the friendlies, I just simmed them 0-0 against Ireland, and then Portugal murdered us 4-0. Ooh. And Freiburg hosting 1860 Munich match day number 4 of the Bundesliga season. Let's get into the game. Oh boy. Castro. Okay, we're fine. 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 Maybe. Oh boy. Okay, nope. Ragno, you're supposed to be the answer, buddy. You're not, apparently, because it's 1-0 for Freiburg. It's short by Freiburg. Burkhardt. Shot! Ragno has let in 2 goals on 2 shots. Doan. Chance here. Is it going to be 3? It is. This is not the start to his 1860 Munich career that the new signing wants. Headed down. Henry with a chance here on the wing. Henry. Burkhardt. Pass through. Off the post. Blocked. Oh, God, that's going to go in, isn't it? Yep. What is happening? Well, that was embarrassing. That was embarrassing. 4-0 for Freiburg. All right, we're taking on Leipzig at home. Cragno is in goal. As much as I honestly maybe should give the start to Hiller. It's Cragno's net to lose. So he's in goal. Back forward to Costa, Castro, McCloskey, Fati, then Galarza and Michel are the holding mids. Maric, Garnacho on the wings. Wahi and Lockenmacher are the strikers. We got murdered by Freiburg last time around. So, need to step up. Chance. Wahi is in. Wahi! You just gotta go around him. Wahi! Oh my... Are you... Oh boy, Mount's on side. Okay. Oh. Goes back for Cragno. Headed down. Lockenmacher. Garnacho's on side. Garnacho into the corner. 1-0 for 1860 Munich. Oh boy, no, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Oh my God, Cragno, what are you doing? Cragno is not great. Pass intercepted. And it's through. He's onside. Wahi. Wahi across. Lockenmacher. 2-0. Ball through Castro. Chasing down Kunku. And Acuna was left wide open. Cragno got enough of it. Oh boy. Okay, we're fine. Carvajal. Ball through James Madison. Madison, great pass from Nkunku. Dealt with by McCloskey. Still a chance for Nkunku. Huge save. Cragno. Not as bad as I thought. James Madison through. Carvajal gets it. Pass. Oh, how did he miss the net? Galarza plays that long for Garnacho. Garnacho. Up and over the top. Chance here. In. Header. 3-0. Galarza, it's turned over. Chance for Leipzig. No, dealt with, and Cragno gets that out. Oh boy, stolen. Madison, huge interception until it's stolen right back. 3-1. Gakpo through. Schlager. What is happening? Leipzig is only a goal behind from Nezi. Pass through. Chance here. Shots. Lockenmacher, not good enough. Ball through. Lockenmacher. Lockenmacher still has it. Powering his way through. Chance. Blocked and just goes wide. Maric coming short. Curled in. That hit the whoa, that hit the top of the crossbar. And this is probably going to be the last chance of the game. Booted towards the top of the box. Headed away. And 18-16 Munich holds on 3-2. All right, so Tony Baumann is going out on loan. Again, after the deadline somehow, but he is going out on loan. The pizza, whatever. He's on loan. Hopefully he comes back in 2 years and can be a difference maker. And another loan. Kocic is gone for 6 months. All right, we are taking on Leverkusen, last game of the episode. Cragno is going to be in goal. Da Costa, McCloskey, Morgala, Lomami. The back four, Galarza, Michel, the holding midfielders. Maric, Garnacho on the wings. Lockenmacher, Wahi are your strikers. We won the last one miraculously against Leipzig. And we have another big test against Leipzig. Fernandes. Great interception by Morgala. Lockenmacher wants that. He gets a ball. Lockenmacher chips the keeper. No. Corner here after Lockenmacher was stopped. Headed away. Not all that well, though. Galarza. Lockenmacher shoots. Lockenmacher scores 1-0 for 1860. Carrion. Martins. Chance. Oh, boy. Big save. Nice ball there. Another one. Da Costa. Looking back. Post. Oh, how did that not go in? Verts. Counterattack here. I don't know who to take. I don't know who to mark. Okay, we're good. No, we're not. We're not good. That's terrible. Oh, yeah, that was bad. That was bad. Ball through. Nacho, end of the first half. 2-1. Ball through. Martins. Bertz. Terrier's on side. Terrier. Shot just wide from Bukayo Saka. Saka. Pass through Danjuma. Bertz. Apparently that's Terrier. Big save by Cragno. Pass intercepted. Intercepted right back, though. Through. That's Maric. Maric shoots. Oh, great chance for Maric. Ball down the wing. Danjuma. Into space. Danjuma gets it back. Still has it. Oh, boy. Ooh, get it cleared, please. No, we didn't get it cleared. Okay. Okay, this is not good. Okay, now it's cleared. Garnacho. Lockenmacher holds that up really well. And now it's Wahi. Wahi could seal it. Wahi. Shh. That's terrible. It's not good. It's bad. Kyle Saka. Martins. Chance. Shots. Ooh, big save by Cragno. Chance here for Leverkusen. Just trying to get back into this. Lomami missed his tackle. In. Shot. Goal. Leverkusen. Oh, it's outside. What? Holy. Stolen back by Bayer Leverkusen. Chance here. Martins. In. Big save. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. We're fine. It's fine. We're cool. Cragno, clear that. Thank you. Please hold on. Are we going to hold on? I think we're going to hold on. Miraculously, I think we're going to hold on. Verts. Martins. Okay. Okay. Oh, we held on. 2-1. There you go. End of the episode. And at the moment, 4th place. I mean, listen, we're very early on in the season, but 12 points from 6 games and some big wins. I'm not going to complain too much at all. So, whoopsie daisies. Next time around, we are going to be taking on Stuttgart. We will skip the 2 friendlies. And then it is Mainz, Hamburg, Kaiserslautern in the Cup, Dortmund, and Borussia Mönchengladbach. So I feel like we'll probably do Mönchengladbach and Dortmund probably for the highlight games. But yeah, like I said, I can't complain all that much. 12 points from 6 games. Not too bad. So like I said, there you go. End of the episode. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching. Do not forget to do all the algorithmy stuff. And do not forget that you are loved. You're amazing. And smooches to you, all right? Mwah.